Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Robert Rivera with Who's On First, the show, and today I got somebody special. I got Noah Franklin. He was just drafted by the Texas Rangers. He's heading out to spring training. He gave us a quick second. So Noah, introduce yourself.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Like you said, my name's Noah Franklin. I'm with the Texas Rangers. I got drafted this past year at a TNXL Academy. I'm a catcher. Just turned 19 years old, and I'm in the best organization there is in the big league. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right. So now we got the 17th round, the pick 505. I mean, how was it? How was that whole draft thing? How was that whole experience?
Yeah, so for me, like the one word that describes it for me is just a blessing. I was able to have a lot of family over at the house, some good food, and it was a day where I could really just be down to earth with everybody, and just be truly grateful for the opportunity that God blessed me with, and just to hear my name on that day was just an absolute blessing. I'm just super grateful for that.
Okay. So now when did you say, hey, I want to be a baseball player? When did that all come to? I'll come to a fact.
I wanted to be a baseball player since I was probably 6 years old, and I think I started playing travel baseball at 8, and then it kind of really clicked for me. Like I was always committed to Division I school since my freshman year of high school, and then really kind of 15U summer to 16U was kind of when I thought really starting to pick this up a little bit. We got a shot here at some point in my career to play professionally. And my senior year, I decided to transfer out of my high school to go to an academy school down in Florida. Better exposure, better competition. Um, and once I played really well at the end of that year, I kind of knew there was a shot. I was just going to skip college and go play professionally right out of there.
Okay. So you speaking of high school, West Ashley High School in South Carolina. That was the one.
Yes, sir.
All right. You want to send a shout out to some of them? I know there's some other people out there that came out of West Ashley. Wasn't there?
uh, my boy Zach plays at South Carolina. My boy Matty plays at NGU. Those are a couple of my teammates. West Ash was great. All the teachers were great. I was there yesterday saying hey to some of my teachers. So I work out there in the off season, so it's a good little spot over there.
Okay. All right. Great. So now you're a catcher. I'm a catcher. I love catchers. And I don't know, sometimes my dad thinks I'm a little bit of a psychopath as a catcher. You gotta be a little crazy. They don't call it the tools of ignorance for no reason. You gotta be a little crazy to get back there, have a guy swinging the stick and a guy throwing 90 something miles an hour at you. I mean, what skills do you think you need to be a good catcher?
Toughness, grit, and the ability to just show up every day, ready to go. I think there's days where every position's tired, but the days that you're tired as a catcher, like I don't think anybody truly understands that unless you are a catcher.
Okay.
I mean, you catch 9 innings one night, you got to catch nine the next night. You know what I mean? And you're the only player that's facing the field. Everybody else is facing uh, towards you,
Uh-huh.
and so you're the field general. You got to be a leader. You have to learn how to run your staff. Um, and I truly think that the catching position is the hardest position in sports, but that is why I love it because I get to show up every day, and I kind of just take a sense of pride in knowing that my position is the hardest thing to do. I'm gonna see how good I can be at it.
Okay. I'm your pitcher, and I just gave up a grand slam. Right? We're down now 4 runs. What pep talk would you give me? What would you say to me?
I think I would come out to you and really it just kind of depends on who you are as a person, right? If I know that grand slam you just gave up was a mistake and we're about to get 3 outs, I might leave you out there and you'll be all right. You know what I mean? If you're a guy that's going to give up a grand slam, I might start thinking about it a little bit. Might come out and say, hey, you know, pitch right there caught a little bit too much to the plate. Let's minimize here. Let's get back in the dugout. Clean inning here and get back out and get going with this game. I think it's important that the offense has to score anyway to win a game, right? If my offense scores 0 runs, we're not going to win. So you give up a homer. I mean, obviously solo homers are better than grand slams. You give up a homer, right? The offense has to score anyway. I'd rather you give up 3 instead of 6, right? So I'm going to come out here and talk to you just about, hey, what do you think's working? You know, we just gave up a home run on a heater away. Well, maybe let's go, hey, slider here to this guy. We got the report. He doesn't hit sliders really well. Let's attack that. Let's pitch to the strength. Get him out. We'll go from there. Let's get 3 outs, get back in the dugout.
All right. I like it, man. I like it. You sound like me, man. I love it. That's great. I mean, so now you're going into spring training, man. How exciting is that? Who are you looking to see? What are you looking to do in spring training?
Yeah, I think for me this year, first spring training, I'm looking to go in there and perform well. Um, I'm looking to go in there and, get familiar with some of the guys that are higher up in our system. I think occasionally they'll have, guys play in double A, triple A, backup big league games. Looking forward to that. And I'm just excited to be around the higher levels of the game. I think for me going into spring training, the idea is to perform well, um, put myself in a good spot to where the organization and the higher up guys, as far as the front office, say this guy's going to be ready for an opportunity. And I think I'm super excited. I spent some good time with my family here this off season, but I'm definitely just excited to get back to work. So.
All right. I mean, now you're going into spring training. You're seeing some of these big dogs at the Texas Rangers. Who would you like to shake hands with? Who would you like to catch?
Uh, to catch, it'd be sick to catch lighter. I met Kumar in the off season. I'd like to meet Wyatt Langford. I think Wyatt is from Florida. I played my senior year in Florida. A lot of people in Florida just they know Wyatt. I haven't met him yet, so I've heard he's a really nice guy. Some of the guys met him last year spring training. So if I can meet Wyatt, it'd be pretty sick. But again, I try to treat a lot of these guys just like coworkers and guys that are in the same profession as me, because at the end of the day, like I want to be on TV, I want to be in their exact same spot. So try not to get too starstruck, but just enjoy it, appreciate where those guys are, appreciate the hard work that they've put in, because I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But if I had to say anybody, look forward to meeting Wyatt.
All right. Give me what would happen if you say you this year, hope God willing, right? You wind up in the major leagues. I mean, you wind up going onto that field. You're the starting catcher. I mean, what would you feel inside? What would you do?
Yeah, I feel like whenever God puts me up in the big leagues and allows me to have that opportunity, the first thing I'm doing is calling my parents. First thing I'm doing, calling. I'm probably having a group call with my pops, my mom, my fiance, because whoever doesn't get called first might be a little hurt. So we'll have to quickly put together a group call with all of them and tell them they better book their flights to wherever I'm going. But man, that's one of those things as a baseball player. Like if you really want to play this game, you have thought about that moment over and over and over again. And for me, like walking out and playing in front of that many fans, playing against that competition, um, it'd be hard to know where my feet are. I would just Adley Rushman. He caught his debut. There's a video of him right before the game starts. Takes off his mask, does a little 360, looks around everywhere, kind of smiles. Like that would probably be me. Just kind of taking it all in. Um, but that's the ultimate dream right there. So I can't wait for that moment.
Okay. I wish it on you. And if you want to call me fourth, fifth, or sixth, I ain't got no problem with that. I got no problem. I'm good with it. I'll be excited for you too. I'll be watching you on the TV. If I can get there, I'll get there. But yeah, that would be
Let's go.
a great phone call from you. So
Love it.
being a catcher, me and an umpire. I mean, relationships with umpires. I tell these young guys it's always nice to have a good relationship with an umpire. What are your thoughts on that?
I'll tell you what, man. Like I to this day remember two or three umpires that I had just throughout my career, and those guys make the game go by smooth. For me, if you're my guy, and there's a borderline pitch, like you don't have to admit it, but in the past, like if there's a borderline pitch either way, and one of those umpires is my guy, like more often than not might get that pitch, and I think for me, I love to play the game with passion, and I love to play the game with just fun because they like you bat 300, you're in the Hall of Fame. This game's not easy. So I try to have fun with this game, and when I get back there behind the plate and I'm able to cut up with an umpire and just have fun with a guy and learn about him and he learn about me, that just makes the game so much better.
Okay. All right. So do you usually introduce yourself to an umpire? Or usually just, hey, how you doing? Noah here. I'm gonna be protecting you today.
Yeah, so I get behind the plate. I mean, shake their hands. Usually, there's two of them that are just behind, like around the home plate area when it comes to pregame stuff. Um, the other guys are kind of out in the field. So usually, just the guy that's in the field, it's just like, "Hey, no, Franklin, how's it going?" Introduces himself, his name, and then the guy behind the plate, brief introduction, and then once he gets behind the plate, I kind of just feel like, "Hey man, again, just Noah Franklin. Glad to be back here today, man. Remind me of your name if I forgot it. Usually, never forget it because that's super important. Don't forget your umpire's name,
Don't forget your umpire.
especially in pro ball because usually you can just call them by their first name.
Yeah.
Um, so don't forget your umpire's name. But if you do, reintroduce yourself. And then I usually just like to start off with like if I'm back there catching like just in between innings or something, or even during the game, we got a little stoppage. Hey, man, where you from? Hey, how's your family going? What's going on?
Talk them up.
Talk a little bit, striking it up, ask him if he's played before, played in college, with whatever. Some of the guys played pro ball, so just kind of going back and forth with them.
Yeah.
And then we usually give our umpires lunch afterwards. So usually I'll see them kind of in the kitchen. And I actually a really cool story. I had an umpire in high school. His name was Sam. Shout out Sam, one of my favorite umpires. Actually, I came across him the last year in my first year pro ball. I actually walked out into the field and he was behind the plate, so that was super cool. I was super proud of him. But just moments like that, man, like umpiring, like you guys do, the best that you can. And I think a lot of guys kind of overlook that after one bad call. But as a catcher who's also behind the plate, like I'm super appreciative of all the umpires, especially the good ones and the ones that make the game fun for us.
Yeah. All right. So now, I mean, you got a kid out there watching it right now. There's a kid out there watching this show, 12 years old, and he looks at you and says, wow, Noah did it. He's 19. He's going to spring training. He's doing his thing. How can I get there? What advice would you give him?
I think my biggest piece of advice, and I tell this to parents and kids all the time, is take your life day by day. The moment that you start to think and compare yourself to other people and what other people are doing, you're just going to get bogged down. I was 12 years old. I wanted to be in the Perfect Game Select Festival. I wanted to be ranked top 100 in the country. And to this day, I never got those opportunities. Only was it right before the draft on a couple boards, I was ranked top 10 in the country for catcher. And on a couple boards, I was ranked top 200 in the country. Perfect Game still has me ranked above the top 350 players in the country, even after getting drafted. I was never one of the top ranked players in the country, but I always put my head down and I always worried about myself. Day by day, I was in the weight room lifting more hours than anybody, and I was in the cages working out longer and harder than anybody. And that's what allowed me to be in this position today. So that's my biggest piece of advice is to not worry about anybody around you, worry about yourself. And if you know that you're putting in the most work possible, you're going to end up where you want to be at the end of the day.
All right. I mean, that's awesome, man. That's awesome stuff. And I tell kids all the time, effort and work ethic and effort does not take any skills. You don't need any
No,
skills for any of that. You be the first one on the field, the last one to leave. You'll be the guy that's prepared right before you're 10 minutes, 20 minutes before the game even starts or the practice even starts, you're there. You're already warming up, you're ready to go. And
absolutely.
you take charge of your team. And even though, I was always told, even though I wasn't the captain, didn't have that little C on my uniform, I was the catcher, I was the captain, it's my field, I command it. And
Right.
it was always one of those deals that was always ingrained in me as a catcher. Well, listen, no, I appreciate you so much, and God bless. I hope to see you in the show one day, and I hope to see you one day around here somewhere in Florida. I'm gonna catch you. We're gonna get together. But
Let's
yeah,
let's
thanks.
do it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being on, and it's some awesome stuff. And God bless. And as we say here on Who's On First, guys, keep swinging.
If you like the show, please do me a favor. Subscribe. Right. You see it? It's right there. Subscribe, share, like, and don't forget, put that bell on. It'll ding you when I put something else on, all right?